Hello, my name is Abigail Laros. This is my speech one, and the date today is July 20th, 2023. I bet most of you have never heard of acupuncture, much less ever received an acupuncture treatment. Well, growing up with a homeopathic mother like mine, I was always sent to the acupuncturist before the regular doctor. If I had an ear infection, if I had throat pain, if I had back pain, anything was, let's go to the acupuncture first. Well, today I'm going to share with you a little bit more information on acupuncture so that people like you can also know how I grew up and how things like that can help you. First, we're going to look at the history of acupuncture. So acupuncture was a Chinese original medicine. It originated in China about 3,000 years ago. Basically, it started in China and moved to North Korea and Europe. In 1971, an article was written in the New York Times, which really blew up and gave acupuncture attention. A couple years later, in 1987, the World Federation of Acupuncture and Moxidation was made. And moxidation, for those of you who don't know, is just another form of acupuncture. Moving on, acupuncture today has been FDA approved since 1996. Clinical trials have been made to test it and test its effectiveness. They're still working on that. There has been proven clinical trials of acupuncture working, but there's not been proven clinical trials of acupuncture being a better form of healing than other forms of healing. So next, we're going to look at the scientific studies of acupuncture. So the research of acupuncture the definition of acupuncture from British physician and researcher Ernest Edzard. He wrote an article called Acupuncture. He defined it as the insertion of one or several needles into the skin, particularly sites of therapeutic purposes. So how Ernest Edzard defines it is using heat, pressure, and laser lights, all different forms of acupuncture therapy, to help heal wounds. The side effects of acupuncture would include bleeding and sores. People use acupuncture for ear infections and migraines. Those are the two most common ones. It really helps with sinuses, hear up, anything to do with the brain and all of those connections. So, as I said, there is no scientific evidence of it making more effective healing than other types of treatments, but it has been compared to itself as effective. Today I brought a visual aid to show you of an acupuncture map. So here's an acupuncture map. And as you can see, all the small dots are all the different places of acupuncture. Well, as you can see, there's about a couple hundred of those. And so acupuncture can be used for a lot of different things. You can use it for strokes, asthma, headaches, joint pain, brain damage, spine damage, and every single thing I just listed has its own points that you would follow specifically for the injury that you are going into the office for. There was also two Chinese men who did a study and wrote a book called Evidence-Based Acupuncture, and they are the ones that have shown this map works and all different types of treatments can be done for acupuncture, including the ones I just said: ear infections, headaches, stroke, asthma, joint pain, all of the above. So lastly, today I wanted to share with you my own experience with acupuncture. I had multiple ear infections growing up, time after time, and I went to the doctor and got the amoxicillin and all of those meds multiple times, and I would continue to have ear infections for about a year straight. And finally, when I went to get acupuncture, I felt better, didn't have ear infections anymore, and it only took about one treatment versus the multiple times of amoxicillin. So, to fully understand the history of acupuncture and science behind the practice can be easy now that I've shared with you all the information you have today. So remember to consider acupuncture as a treatment of healing the next time you have an injury or a headache or infection. Thank you.